Okay, hi all. So here I'm here with a new question. So this is the question. You have to write a query to find the transaction month, which has the maximum transaction amount. So actually, uh, currently in my project, so this was the scenario. Not exactly like this. I have tried to create a prototype of it. Okay, and I have noticed like this is a very commonly uh, faced scenario in any ETL project or data analytics project. Meanwhile, I will request all the respected participants to be on mute and please switch off your videos as well. So, okay. So here the question is, let me show the data first. So this is the data. And there are multiple ways to solve this. Okay. And I appreciate many of you are solving this. And I would like to encourage everyone in the alumni group that please, whenever anyone posts question and whenever you have time, so please try to practice it. Okay, don't worry about the output, but at least you should give it a try. And that's a good way to learn SQL or any other programming language. Okay, the more you will do hands-on, the more expertise you will get. So this is the eShop table. Fine. In this table, you have the different transaction month and we have different departments. Okay. And out of this, you have to tell me that in which particular month the transaction was maximum. Hope the question is clear. Hope the question is clear to everyone, right? So you have to
Yes,
tell
sir.
me that in which particular month the transaction was maximum. Okay. So the very straight, what I can say, uh, the formula to solve it, you will think that, okay, I will add this values. Okay, means for January month, let's add clothing, electronics, and sports. You will add this up, right? And then what is the value? 6,500. Similarly, you will add this, and this will be 7,500. For this, it is 4,400, and you have this one, correct? And then out of this, you will find that which one is maximum, and you will see, okay, 7,500 is maximum out of this four values. So it means in the month of February, the transaction was maximum or highest. Okay, so it means the output will be February. And many of you, those who have solved this, I think few of you have solved, you have added this columns, right? And then you have taken some CT. That is also fine. Okay. But I would like to solve this with the help of unpivot function. Okay, and then we will see how to solve this. Hope the question is clear to everyone, right? And maybe if you don't know unpivot, so I will try to explain it. Don't worry about it. And feel free if you have any question, please ask it. Clothing, electronics, sports. Pivot. Just a minute. Hope the session is getting recorded. Yes. Pivot, and then here I will write select a star from eShop. Delete this one. First of all, we'll try to understand this query, what I'm trying to do from this query. So this is the output. Okay. So first of all, let's try to understand it, because see, my intention is not to only show you the final output, but I want to explain you a few more concepts related to unpivot and how to approach this kind of questions. Okay. This is the query I have written, and you could see like this is the output. One thing is clear from this output, what I have done here, uh, the records, the presentation of record I have changed. That's all, right? So far, if you will check this, the presentation of record I have changed. Let me show this. Now, if you see this January transaction. So the same January transaction for clothing, electronics, and sports, the values were present in different columns, right? What I have done here, I have converted those values from columns into rows, correct? Similarly, if you will check for February, so what I have done, I have converted the values from columns into rows. And this is the main task of unpivot. It will convert something which is in columns into rows. So for January, you could see clothing is 2000, electronics is 1500, sports is 3000. Same information I'm representing, but from columns, it is transposed into rows. And this is the main task of unpivot. Okay. I hope this output you all have understood, right? Nothing I have done, just this columns I have changed into rows. Now, let's try to understand this query. I know many of you know this, but still let me repeat it. Always, either you're working with pivot or unpivot, start reading it from here. Don't read it from here. I have covered this in my regular batch as well, right? You should read it from here. And especially here, you read it from here. Okay. When you write department in the different departments, whatever you have in the C# table, so the meaning of this, which I have highlighted in red, is you're telling SQL engine that these columns, clothing, electronics, and sports, you want to convert these columns into rows. This is the meaning of it, that the department column, clothing, for department in just a minute. Yeah. So you're telling that this clothing, electronics, and sports, you want to convert this into columns. And you want to give this name as DEPT, department. So that's what I have written here. So in the output, you could say it is getting displayed as department. Then here you are telling the transaction amount for this. So now you are telling that for this conversion of columns into rows, whatever values they are holding, it means whatever value clothing is holding, whatever value electronics is holding, whatever value sports is holding, that I want to be displayed in a new column whose name is transaction amount. So that is why you could see there is a new column, transaction amount. And if you see, this transaction amount was not present in the C# table, correct? So this is the user defined. I'm telling SQL engine, I want this new column as a transaction amount, and I want these values for this, right? The corresponding value. So that's why transaction amount I'm getting for these different departments. And then you have here the keyword unpivot. This is a reserved keyword. I hope this section is clear to everyone. So net, the meaning of this is here we are telling SQL engine that please convert these columns, clothing, electronics, and sports into rows. And the values, whatever they're holding, keep that in a new column, which name is transaction amount. This is your wish. If you don't like this transaction amount column name, you can use any other column name. You have full freedom to use it. I hope so far clear to everyone.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Now, 1 minute. In the same query, let me remove sports. Now let me run this query. What you understood from this? In the output, are you getting a sports now?
No.
No. This is the beauty of this unpivot. Because many times when you work in project, so the client will tell us that, okay, I want the total transaction amount, but I don't want to consider this particular department. Then we tell me the total revenue from electronics and electrical only. I don't want to consider sports. I don't want to consider clothing. So here you have that freedom. You can customize it as per your requirement. Suppose the client is telling, I don't want a sports. So you can remove it from here. And this will give you that freedom of only those columns what you want to display. And as a result, you could say in this, you're getting the rate of clothing and electronics only. Is this clear to everyone?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Now proceeding further. Okay. And then here you have written select a star from eShop. So this is the main statement which will feed data to this section. If it is not there, so from where it will get this department and all those things. So that is why I have written select a star from eShop. So that is what it is displaying me this values, transaction month, department, and transaction amount. Hope this is clear, right? So this you have understood. Now coming to the main question, that how this will help me. Now I think you would have got an idea after this what we'll do. Once I have changed the presentation of this from columns into rows, so now what we will do after this? For each and every transaction month, first of all, we will find the total transaction amount, correct? And for that directly we can use that sum function. So I will keep this entire statement and this piece of code which I have written in a CT. So I mean the output of this I want to save in a CT expression. If you want, let me show you this. Select a star from CT1. So now this CT1, let me give the sports as well. Now this CT1 is holding the entire data after unpivoting it. Okay. Now, very important concept and a very big misconception I want to clear here. Now this value is present in your CT expression. Many candidates, when I take interview, so they have this misconception that unpivot cannot be used within a CT. You see in front of you, you can see this one. This unpivot I have kept within a CT. So there is no such rule that you cannot use CT with unpivot function. Hope this is clear to everyone. Okay. Now what I will do, I will ask SQL engine to tell me the sum of transaction amount from CT1 to by transaction month. Now we have derived here the total transaction amount for each and every month, right? Is this clear to everyone? Okay. And then after this, what you can do, you can keep it in a, or else let me show you this. Then we will keep it in another CT2 as, okay. So now after this, you can use, what you will use after this? Any idea, anyone?
Select
Or tell
transaction
me which keyword you will use.
Select transaction month from CTE2 where transaction month is equal to select in the subquery select max of
okay, let me cover this. The simple thing is you can use a window function here. Okay. Now what I will do for this transaction month, and suppose this is, let me give this as strong total transaction amount. Okay. So now here I will use the window function. Why to go for this? Yeah, I know you will use then in subquery the maximum of transaction amount, right? So directly use the window function, dense rank or rank, anything will work here. Over order by total transaction amount descending, and give this alias as dense rank from CT2. So this will automatically give you the ranking here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this clear? And after this, you can apply the filter condition where dense rank equals 1. So now what you can do, you can keep this in another CT3, and then here you can write select transaction month from CT3 where dense rank equals 1. And this will give you that month for which the transaction was the highest, right? But this is also correct, but it has a lot of steps, right? First of all, we have changed columns into rows here. Then in this step, we are deriving the total transaction amount. Then here we are applying a dense rank. You can use rank as well here. We are applying dense rank. And then here we are applying the filter on this, right? Now this is one solution, which is also correct. I hope this is clear to everyone, right? Now, I have a solution too, actually, which I want to explain you here. So this I have kept in a CT1, this part, the unpivot part, right? Let me show you that. So let's start from CT1. This is in CT1, and this is nothing but the unpivot output. Now, after this, what I will do, directly I will use a window function here, dense rank, transaction month, comma, dense rank over order by sum of transaction amount descending as dense rank from CT1 group by transaction month. Now, let me execute this. Now see, finally, we got the dense rank for each and every month. And then after this, you can keep this in a CT and you can apply the filter condition where dense rank equals 1, right? And you can solve it. But this is what I want to highlight here. In order by, what I have used here in order by? Directly an aggregate function sum, right?
Yeah.
Generally, you have noticed that in order by we used to write the column name, maybe salary, marks, or something like that. So in this solution too, what we have done, we have merged the CT2 task of first of all deriving the total transaction amount, and then in CT3 we are deriving the dense rank, right? So the steps which we are trying to achieve in CT2 and CT3 here separately, we have merged it, and just in one query we are trying to achieve it. So this will find as total transaction amount, and on that total transaction amount we are deriving the dense rank. So this is the beauty of this question. This is what I want to highlight here, that yes, it is possible if you're using a window function within order by, directly you can use an aggregate function as well. Now you can keep this in a CT, let's say CT2 as, okay, and that's all. And after this, apply the filter condition, select transaction month from CT2 where dense rank equals 1. That's all. And this will give you the final output. Now this is output February. If your client is asking that, no, I want the transaction amount as well, so you just keep transaction amount here in CT2, and here as well in select, you keep the transaction amount, and we'll get month along with the amount as well. So this is the one thing, important thing, which I want to highlight from this question. So hope this is clear to everyone. Any question?
But these two queries have a lot of steps to cover, so it might hit the performance, right?
Yes, of course. It has a good number of steps. Unpivot is there. then dense rank is there. You see, if you're thinking that I can solve using that, what I can say, subqueries, and if you can write within that, that is also one of the solution. I'm not commenting anything on that, okay? But the
Okay.
main intention from this solution is I just want to show you first of all that unpivot has eased the task. Now suppose instead of giving this data, if I have directly given this data, so this question was very simple, right? You will just find the total amount and then group by this, and then dense rank you can use or the maximum keyword you can use, and you can apply that filter condition. I know that, right? But this is the beauty of this question, that sometime it happens the data will be represented in this format. Okay, so then you have to understand, okay, here it is in column, so you have to change this into rows, and then you have to use unpivot function, which will help you, and that is what it has helped us here, right? And the second thing is, I want to show you here that yes, this unpivot function, you can keep it in a CT as well. I think rarely you will see unpivot function use case in CT. Then the third point, in order by, generally we use a column which is a part of a table, right? But here in order by, we are using an aggregate function, right? So this is also allowed. And because of this, if you know this, so the two steps, CT2 and CT3, what you're doing here, it can be merged only in a single CT. So that is what I'm telling we can solve this. I know like we have other solutions as well, directly using aggregate functions only without using window function, without using unpivot as well, you can solve. And that is what I told in the beginning. Many of you have solved through that method. That is also appreciated. Hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes, yes.
Sir, can we solve this using recursive CT also?
Recursive CT also, yes, you can solve using recursive CT also. But you see, one thing I want to tell you, everyone, when you're practicing, okay, so don't think about performance. Just think that, okay, I have to solve this question using multiple ways. Okay. If you're working in project, then you should think, okay, which one is the optimized solution? So that's
Yeah.
good. And if you give it a try to solve using a recursive CT. And maybe if I have bandwidth tomorrow, we will again discuss this, or we can solve using recursive CT, but give it a try. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine then,
Sir, you
guys.
can pull the solution via using recursive CT. It would be helpful. Only so I need.
Okay. Fine.
I will understand from that.
Fine then. I will post it. Okay.
Hi,
Yeah,
Tanvir.
Kavita. Yeah, hi.
Yeah,
Kavita.
hi. Actually, I've just joined now. I just want to know, like if we are using the first solution, I think that is the optimized one. So why we are using the solution to like using the CT? Any benefit for this? Like
Which
using
solution? You
CT?
mean the solution one?
Yeah. Okay, got it. So what is
This
the
is the
difference
solution one.
between the solution one and solution two?
I have already covered actually. So
Okay.
in solution one, no, that in CT2, first of all, we're deriving the total transaction amount, right? And then in CT3, what I'm trying to do on this transaction amount, I'm applying the dense rank. Okay. So that is what in solution two, what I have done. No, this CT2 and CT3 task, both I have merged, and together I am trying to achieve this in the single query. It is deriving the total sum as well, group by transaction amount. And then on top of this total transaction amount for each and every transaction month, we are deriving the dense rank. So here both the tasks which we are doing in the previous solution, we have just combined in a single query. So that's the different. Otherwise, logic wise, they both are same. Means if you draw the algorithm or the flowchart for this, the steps are same. Just in solution two, the two steps I have combined in one step. That's the only difference.
Okay, got it. And is there any specific reason like for using the dense rank?
No, I told that you can use rank as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go for dense rank, because see, I have already covered this. Whenever you have to find the highest one. Okay, so you can go for rank or dense rank, anyone. They both will work. Okay. But if you have to find the second highest or the third highest, then the best way is to go for dense rank. Okay, because maybe in that case, if there's a conflict, so the rank, like it skips, right? But if you have dense rank, it will capture it. So here you're right. Instead of dense rank, you can use rank as well. I've already told that.
Okay. Thank you, Tanvir.
Okay, no problem. Fine then. Thank you. Take care. Bye.